Good morning. Okay, I'm Caleb Howitt and I work for PSP Gagetown. Today we're going to be doing a flexibility and mobility workout, and we're going to be focusing on the shoulder girdle, moving down the arm. We're going to have some fun there. We're going to do a nice long warm up, and we're going to do some like a mobility yoga flow, kind of fun stuff there. I'm not going to be playing any music today, so you can feel free to play your own tunes. And I'm just going to read off the disclaimer, and then we will get started. Okay. So, just going to read from over here. In response to COVID-19, PSP is offering telefitness to Canadian Armed Forces members. By using social media platforms, the telefitness classes tailored to Canadian Armed Forces personnel become accessible to all. Prior to participating in this session, and to make an informed decision on whether you should seek advice from a qualified exercise professional or healthcare provider, consult the Get Active questionnaire of the Canadian Society of Exercise Physiology and its reference documents by simply clicking the links below. So there's going to be 2 links posted with this video. So you're just going to go to those, make sure that this workout is safe and right for you, and then we will continue from there. Okay, and then by continuing with this telefitness class, you understand that there's a possibility of physical injury, and you agree that you do so voluntarily and at your own risk. You assume all risk of injury and agree to release the Canadian Forces Morale and Welfare Services from any and all claims related to participation in this telefitness class. Awesome. So let's get started. There's a few things that you may need. Like the only thing you really do need is a lacrosse ball, but that's it. There's a few things that I'm going to be playing around with, giving you guys a few ideas. But other than that, you guys just have some fun, and we're gonna just warm up, and then we're gonna get into the mobility part of this workout. Okay. So, I have a kettlebell. If you have a kettlebell or a dumbbell, that could be useful, but you don't need it. I have a Theracane, but usually not so many people have those. To show you guys how to use it on a few things, and then lacrosse ball and the old stopwatch. So, first we're going to start off with just quadruped breathing. I'm going to start with stopwatch, just make sure I have good timing. Okay, so we're going to get in quadruped position. We're going to brace, so we're going to pull our belly button in towards our spine, activate through the sides of our body and our back. And we're going to breathe, but we're going to keep that nice brace through the belly and the sides and the back. Keeping that brace, we're just going to find our toes in the back. Okay, now we're just going to slightly lift the knee, but we're going to keep that brace. So we're going to lift our knees off the floor. Just keeping that brace with our belly. Nice deep breath in. Just trying to keep our breathing the same. And our brace on, knees slightly lifted, just less than an inch off the floor. You can still kind of brush the ground. And we'll drop there. Keep that brace on, keep our shoulders nice and packed in and tight. What do I mean by packed in and tight? We're pulling the shoulder down towards the glute. We don't want to raise up by the ears. Keeping everything nice and tight and braced. We're just going to lightly lift the knees off the floor again. Lower again. Keeping that brace on. We're still breathing through that brace. Nice. Okay, next we're going to lift through the knee. But we're going to try to lift one foot off the ground. We're just going to alternate side to side. So we're going to lift the knees, keep that brace, and lift one foot. And lift the other. But our goal is to not let our body shift. So we're just keeping that brace. Knee stays nice and low. We're going to be pushing through it, so it's going to raise slightly, but we're going to try to keep it close to the floor as we can. Lifting that toe off the floor, trying to shift the body, and then we're coming back down. Nice. Still keeping that brace, still keeping that shoulder packed. Okay, from there we're going to do a few quadruped rotations. So we're going to raise the knee slightly off the floor again. We're going to balance on one hand and one foot, bring our leg through and back. Just twist it away from the camera, I'll show you. So we're trying to stay on the toe on this foot, hand on that foot, rotating through. This is kind of hard for you. Then just bring it down a little lower. You can just rotate through the body, rotate through the body. We're just getting nice and warm this morning before we get into our mobility. We're just working on that ability to rotate. Under control. Rotate, under control. Nice. We're just going to do one more on this side. And back down. Wonderful. We're just going to do some scap shrugs here. So we're going to pull our shoulders down towards our bum. And we're just going to lower the chest to the floor and press back up. Lower the chest to the floor, press back up. So the goal here is to keep the arm straight and the shoulder packed and down towards the bum. And stay braced. Keep a nice brace on through our belly. And just moving to the shoulder. Okay, again, we're going to do our rotations. So we're going to bring the knee up off the floor. We're going to get on one hand and one foot. Rotate through and then switch sides. Staying on our toe. On our planted foot. Woo. Just having some fun here. Just do a few more rotations. Now we're doing our scap shrugs again. So shoulder down, core tight. We'll get a brace through our pillar, so all four sides of our column. Lowering down, pressing back up. Okay, what we're doing next, we're going to do a cobra to child's. So we're going to sit back into a child's pose, extending the arms as far as we can away from us. And then we're just coming forward into a cobra. Try to leave the hands where they are. Just sitting back, drag them back a little. And then coming forward into that cobra. Squeezing the bum in the extended part, just so we protect our lower back. Our glutes are the biggest protector of our lower back. Want those on in this position. So squeezing the bum, and then pressing back, sitting back on the heels, and then leaning forward, squeezing the bum, just nice and tall, and shifting back, coming forward, squeezing the bum. Nice deep breath. Shifting back, shifting back, shifting back. Pushing forward, extending the hips. Just sitting back on the heels. Awesome. Okay, so now we're going to roll over onto our backs. We're going to extend the legs up and arms up. Trying to keep back nice and like in an arc position on the floor, so we're still braced, belly button in tight. We're just gonna lower one arm, leg. We're gonna hold here for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Coming back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring the feet and hands back down to the floor. What we're going to do is we're going to brace. Pull our heels back, closer into our bum. We're going to lift our hips up off the floor. And squeeze through our bum, brace through our belly. So we should have a straight line between our knees to our shoulders. And we're just getting warm here. Thinking about gripping the floor with our feet. Just trying to work on those feet as we're in this position as well. So, again, core on, butt on, pressing through the hips. And then we got our feet gripping the floor. Trying to keep our arch nice and solid. So pressing all 5 toes down to the ground, and then straight down, and then slight pullback. Not like we're going to scrunch the toes, but we're keeping them flat, but we're just putting active tension into the floor. Nice, we're dropping the hips. Hands up. We're just alternating back and forth. Just gonna do a few of these nice and quick. Then we're gonna do our 5-second pauses. Okay, hold at the top. Drop opposite arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. That was great. Okay, bring the heels back in towards the glutes. Pressing the hips up towards the ceiling. And breathing. Thinking about gripping the floor with our feet, pressing all our toes down into the ground. And then we've got a good grip on the floor now, and we're going to do a slight pull back, not like we're scrunching up our toes, but we're trying to just create a little more tension in the foot. We're just getting warmed up here. Want to feel warm before we do mobility. Want to get blood flowing. Keep holding here. I think the feet, but also thinking about our glutes, pressing the hips up, but also keep thinking about the core. So keeping that braced and on, glutes on, feet on. Right? Okay, we're lowering the hips down. Just going to go through this one more time. So lift the legs straight up. Gonna do a few here fast. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Awesome. Now extend out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nice. Bring the heels down, press the hips up. Awesome. Keeping that tension in the belly, squeezing the glutes, gripping the floor with your feet. You can also slightly externally rotate the knees. You get a little bit more glute activation. I'm not talking huge, I'm just talking slight. So you grip the floor and then slightly move the knees out. You're going to get a bit more glute activation. Squeezing the bum. We have our brace on. All 4 sides of our column. And we're breathing through that brace. Okay. Long those hips down. I'm feeling warm. How about you? Awesome. Okay. So we're going to start off with rolling out our rhomboids, our upper back, just in between our scapula, our shoulder blades. So you're going to grab your lacrosse ball. Handy dandy lacrosse ball. You can do this with the Theracane. I'll show you with the ball first, and then I'll show you with the Theracane if you got one. So you got the ball. We're going to roll out right in between our scapula. So we're going to, if you feel on your back, you're going to have this ridge on your back. You can feel it. That's the top of your scapula. As soon as you find the inside of that, that's where you're going to put the ball. You never want to put the ball on the spine. You always want to put it to the side. You never want to be rolling directly on bone. We always want soft tissue in between. Okay? So we want soft tissue there. So we're putting the ball right inside our scapula and our spine, so our shoulder blade and our spine. We're going to hug ourselves. You can do this on the wall too, but the floor you can get a little bit more mechanical advantage with your hips. You can lift those up. Ooh. But with mobility, we always want to think about, we want to be able to breathe through it. We never want to be in so much pain that we can't breathe, or that we tighten up our face. So we want to just be mildly uncomfortable and not let our breathing rate change. So if you're breathing like that, that means that you're on something a little too tender right now, and you need to get off it and work on something a little bit more manageable. So make sure you're relaxed during this. You're probably laughing at me, but yeah, make sure you're relaxed during this, and just have a glorious time. Just looking for, we're just looking for points that are a little extra tender. That means the muscle's not functioning as well as it should be, and we're just trying to recreate a good sliding surface function, so it moves independently of other muscles, and we're just trying to alleviate any tight points in the muscle, any trigger points, and get more blood flow to the specific point, so that what work we do so what work that we do, we can the blood flow will come through, and the byproduct, so So sometimes there's toxins or something resting in our muscles that should be cycled out. The blood flow, the extra blood flow will take that out, put that into our bloodstream, and then we'll pee it out. So that's basically what we're doing here. We're just trying to find a point or two, sit on it, and then just wait till we have change. And that point I was just on, I've got some change there. It feels a lot better. Worked that one out. It feels a lot like it's moving more. There's not a lot of pain there. So I'm gonna move and find a different spot. I'm gonna hug myself. I'm just gonna find a different spot. Yeah, awesome. Okay, we're gonna switch sides now. Just on the other side of the spine, just in between the scapula and the spine. I'm just looking for something gross, disgusting, and awful. Just to sit on. Watch that rate of breathing. Okay, found it. I'm gonna lift my hips slightly. And when you're hugging yourself, you're actually exposing more musculature underneath your scapula. So stuff that doesn't usually get seen or treated. You're just exposing more of that musculature that you can get at. So it's just it's nice. You get a little self-appreciation and get a little bit more musculature that you can work on, which is great. And don't forget to breathe, right? Oh man, just fun, really. That. If you're finding that you're not finding too much resistance, there it is. Yeah. And then you can bridge up. You can move the neck around. Yeah. And breathing really does help for this. So if you're on a point that really doesn't feel nice, you can just keep your breathing consistent, and it'll make the process much more comfortable. Let's take that from out of there. Shoulders are feeling more toasty and better already. So now, we've done the back of our shoulder. We've done in between the shoulder blades. So we've done our rhomboids. Now we're going to come to the anterior. We're going to do a bit of our pec. We're going to move up along just below the clavicle. So the clavicle is your collarbone. If you feel around your shoulder, you can find it. You got your clavicle, and then you got your sternum in the middle. We don't want to be rolling on our sternum or our clavicle. We're going to start on just lower to the just to the side of our shoulder. Let's just say that. So we're just going to have the ball right in here. So we should feel like the glenoid socket or the ball and socket joint of the shoulder. We should just be to the side of that, and then the meaty part of the chest. And what we're going to do is just roll and back and forth along that clavicle. If you have a slightly bigger ball, it can hit this a little better, but the lacrosse ball still works great. You can use the ears of a kettlebell as well. We'll show you that. Never did show you the Theracane, but we'll get to that in a second. So yeah, we're gonna roll up the top part of the chest. We're gonna put one hand behind our back, trying to keep our shoulder pulled back to expose. This is just gonna expose a little bit more of that tissue, just like hugging ourselves before did. So we're just trying to release some stuff in the front. So we're just rolling around, trying to find just a spot that just doesn't feel as nice. Something that's more tacked down. We're just trying to alleviate that. And once we find that spot, you can even do this against the wall too. You stand up and do this against the wall, but right now if I stood up, you wouldn't be able to see the the mobility action. Yeah, I know, it's super exciting, right? So we're just rolling out on the chest. And we're breathing through it. Once we find that spot, as soon as we feel that it starts to dissipate or alleviate or change, we're just going to move and find a different spot. Right there. Find a different spot to work on. We're just breathing through that. Make sure you relax your neck. And if you have a friend, they can always press on your shoulder. Yeah, that's always a good time. The partner mobilizations are much more effective than you just doing stuff on your own. But like doing stuff on your own is still effective. Just if you have a super friend, a friend a mobility friend, let's call them. If you have a mobility friend, they can just press on your shoulder and give you a hand. Switch sides here. We're on one side, now we're switching to the other. Hand behind the back. So below the clavicle, not on the sternum. Oh, there's a spot right there. Just on the inside of your glenoid socket or your shoulder ball and socket joint. Yeah. Awesome, everyone. You guys are doing so well. And just work on relaxing and breathing through it. If you're not finding anything gross, disgusting, and awful, keep searching. You'll find it. Awesome. And breathing through it. Letting the weight push down on the chest. Yeah, awesome. And if you have your mobility friend, they can always push on your shoulder and just create a little bit more tension on there. Yeah, but make sure that they know how it feels. Yeah. If you're making the pain face, maybe they need to lighten up a bit. Yeah, awesome. Don't want to pull a neck muscle. Oh man. Rolling out here, searching for anything gross, disgusting, and awful. Just gonna check timing. Oh man, we're doing great. You guys are awesome. Man, oh man. Hope you're having fun with this. Hope it's relaxing. Yeah, I hope it's centering. Yeah. Just rolling back and forth. Oh, there's the spot. I can bridge up slightly with my hips. Try to get a little more weight in on there. So now we're going to start working on the arm musculature. So we're going to start with our bicep. So there's a couple different ways we can do this. I like to use other implements for arms because I find that the lacrosse ball is effective, but other things are more effective. So if you have a barbell, barbells work best for biceps. But if you don't have a barbell, if you have a dumbbell, dumbbells work really well too, or kettlebells. I'll show you what we should do, what we can do with the oh my gosh, the lacrosse ball, and then I'll show you with the kettlebell. So, you're just gonna roll out, you're gonna stick the ball into your bicep, we're just rolling out, but I find with this one, if I have the ball, my bicep likes to roll underneath the ball. So I find if I have a flatter surface, then it can't run high. You can kind of start from the side and kind of tack that down and try to roll it up. Ooh, and I'm getting some good points here with the ball. But if you don't want to roll in like that, you can grab the kettlebell. We can put it up on the side, put it on my arm, and we can just roll it up onto the edge. We can just roll it back and forth. Ooh, and we can externally rotate the hand, and then internally rotate. So this isn't that crazy heavy kettlebell. I'm only using a 24 pounder, 12 kilo. Yeah, 12 kilo. Where's the kilos on this thing? Yeah, 12 kilo. So like 25, 26 pounds. And I'm just rolling back and forth. So nothing crazy heavy. Because, oh boy. Stay to the pain cave. I can catch a lot of nasty bits with this. So we're rolling back. You stay on the bicep. I'm just going to show you what I would do for the chest with this. So, still have I would concentrate on one of the corners, and I would just lean down and try to get one of the corners into my chest. We're just rolling back and forth. I can switch positions. Oh, wow. It's nice. It has less give. I find the chest, you need something a little bigger to get in there. So you can use like the handle of a kettlebell, or like if you set up a dumbbell or something that sticks up and has like a deeper point to it, you can really get into the chest. Yeah, it just really works well. And keep working on that bicep. The Theracane is really good for the shoulder. You can hook it around into the back, and you can really strip move apart your traps, like restore that sliding surface tension. You move down lower, but I find it's a really good lever. You can really tack things down. You can also get into your hips as well if you're laying on the floor. It's just a really good tool for the hips and the shoulder girdle. Doesn't work as well for smaller stuff like lower leg, the arms. If you're really looking for something pointed for that, but it really works well for the upper back and the hip region. Okay, so still working on that bicep. It's probably time that we switch sides, so we're going to switch arms. So you can use the crossbow or the kettlebell or dumbbell. Dumbbell works too. So we're on that bicep. I'm just going to give it another angle. So we're on that bicep. And we're just going to roll up. We're going to roll back and forth. Ooh. And just breathe through that. Yeah, this one's a little lit. Oh boy. Yeah. So if we need a little less tension, if we're on too much of the side of the kettlebell, you can always lower it down slightly so there's a little bit more surface area, so it lowers the actual impact of the kettlebell. So you can moderate it quite easily. And don't forget to breathe. Just rolling up that bicep. Oh, wonderful. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, just rolls underneath. Oh my gosh. Just wonderful. Yeah. Breathing through it. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to move spots, move positions. Oh, yeah. And try to relax. Just try to relax, everyone. Just rolling at that bicep, letting that kettlebell do all the work for you. I always love mobility exercises that we have to implement to do the work for us. It's nice. That means we can relax more. Because when we get a massage, there's relaxing music playing. There's sometimes trickling water. The space is set up so it's nice and calming. So if we can stay more relaxed, then this is going to work better. Yeah. Well, it's going to work better. Oh my gosh. Be more effective. Just rolling back and forth. Okay. We'll jump off that bicep for a sec. Yeah. So we do one side, we need to do the other. Triceps, barbell works really well for it too. Don't have a barbell in this room, but we can still use the lacrosse ball, which is still really effective. So we're going to lay the arm out, so like we're doing an overhead press. We're going to start just at the deltoid, so it's just the muscle at the side of the shoulder, just down from the ball and socket joint. We don't want to be rolling on this ball and socket joint. It's not going to be good. But we want to be rolling on the meaty part. We don't want to be mashing tendons against bone. That's not fun. So we're going to start just almost in behind the shoulder, but just down from the ball and socket joint. So we're actually hitting some posterior deltoid here as well. So that's just the muscle at the top of the shoulder. Yeah. Oh, goodness. Yeah, that's great. So we're starting at the top there. Okay. And we can move the hand, internal, external rotation. Once we feel that kind of release, we can move down into the tricep. Nice. Try to fix my position a bit. I've got a little too far in front of me. But we're just trying to approximate that overhead position. Rolling back and forth, trying to trap anything that doesn't feel great. You got the three heads of the tricep, so one of them might be lit, one of them might be just feeling dandy. So we just want to search and destroy here. Or search and make better. Yeah, that's more it. Again, we don't want to be breathing heavy. We don't want to be making a pain face. We just want to be relaxed, breathing normally. Yeah, just rolling out those triceps. Stuff that just doesn't get the attention. Forth, you do internal and external rotation here. Rolling back and forth. Once we find a spot, we can just kind of sit on it, relax the head. Nice. We're breathing. Only going to spend about 30 more seconds here, then I'm going to switch sides. Just want to, oh, that's a good spot. Let's really open it up. Yeah. But with these muscles, with like 3 different heads or 2 different heads, the muscle can roll back and forth, like under the ball, so you kind of have to like try to trap them. So something flat is going to work way more effectively. I wouldn't use the kettlebell because it's just a little too high, but a barbell, nice and low to the floor, really works well. Okay, hand over head again. We're going to stick this just below the shoulder joint. We don't want to roll on the shoulder joint. And we're just going to hit a little bit of that posterior deltoid. And we're just rolling back and forth. We can do some internal, external rotation here as well. Ooh, baby. Awesome. Just great. And breathing through it. Back and forth. Awesome. Wonderful. Okay, I'll start moving down the tricep, and this one feels a little bit more lit than the other one. You'll find that one side will just feel different or more tight. It's usually your dominant side that gets tighter because it's used more often. Stronger side. So that's why one side will usually feel it more than the other. It's the side that needs it most. Ooh, baby. breathing through it, no pain face. Down a little more. Just trying to find something. Trying to find something that doesn't feel right. You can bend the arm too. Might change. Oh, there it is. Yes, you can move the arm back and forth. If you find a point, you can do internal, external rotation. But I find moving the arm back and forth, you're kind of just moving the point back and forth over the ball. Kind of helps loosen it up a bit. Awesome, you guys are doing great. Not falling asleep on me yet, right? Okay, we're gonna spend about 30 more seconds here. Awesome. Okay. Last but certainly not least is our forearms. Okay, so there's a couple ways we can do this too. We can use the kettlebell. We want to be in the meaty part of our forearm. We do not want to be where the bones are like close to the skin. We don't want to be on that. Again, we want to be like up on the top, not on the joint, but just slightly distal or slightly lower than the joint, working on just the meaty parts of the forearm. And if you're doing a lot of Olympic weightlifting, then the brachialis, that's going to get really, really tight just here on the top. It's just going to be, it's just one of the, never mind. But just this muscle here on the top is going to get really lit up. So we need to just work that. If you're doing a lot of pulling, your arm's just going to get, that part of your forearm is just going to get really lit. So working on the top part, you can use the ball for that part. That's fine. You can use the kettlebell, or I like to use my knee. So you put your arm on the floor, bring your knee on top of your arm. It works really well. Just put that knee into the forearm. If you move from one end to the other, your fingers are going to move without you moving them. It's kind of a funny sensation. But just getting in there. Make sure your ulna and your radius are flat against the floor. They're not stacked. Yeah, we're not going to do the top part of the forearm with this. We're just going to do the meaty center. And it's just, it works. Yeah, so just putting that knee right into the arm. If you don't have the mobility for this, the lacrosse ball or kettlebell works great, or dumbbell. Just trying to loosen up that stuff. And I find we use our hands so much, and we don't give our forearms too much of a break. And you find your circulation gets cut off a bit for some reason. Who knows? Just get off it for a second and then just jump back on. And just try to be a little lighter next time. Yep. Awesome. Just searching for those points. And you can extend the hand and then make a fist. Extend the hand, make a fist. And that's going to move all of your finger flexors and extensors. Awesome. Wonderful. Ooh, baby. Okay, other side. Nice. Yeah. Awesome. Ooh, this side. This is my right side, so this is my other side that has a little bit more trash to deal with. Yeah, awesome. If you ever feel like sharp pain, get off it. You shouldn't feel pain I like to describe as lightning-y. If it's lightning-y, get off it.
because it's usually nerve pain. Things are gonna, you're gonna get referral pain or referral feelings going up or down the arm if you hit something, because everything is connected in the body. So if you're on one trigger point, that, like, let's just say in your shoulder, it may go all the way up your neck. It may be giving you a headache or neck pain. Neck pain, if you get rid of it, it'll alleviate that headache, or at least some of it. Yeah. The whole body is connected. If one piece is off, then it shifts another. That's a little too much. You can get off it for a bit, and then just jump right back on. And then shifting back and forth, back and forth. Coming out of that. Awesome. So that was class for today. Just limbering up, mobilizing the upper body. I was planning on doing some stretching today, but the mobilizations took a lot longer than I thought they would. But you know, such is life. Always better to have more planned than not enough planned. Okay. Thank you all for coming out today. I hope you had a great time, and I'll see you guys again next week.